has reversed its suspension of former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayese, and former Senate President, Pius Ayim. Other party chieftains whose suspension were reversed also are Ibrahim Shema, Dennis Isiava, and Aslam Aliyu. The PDP National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, in a statement also said the party's National Working Committee reversed the referral of the Governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, to the National Disciplinary Committee. The PDP had a week ago suspended the party's stalwarts over anti-party activities, even as the party continues to grapple with a myriad of internal issues that led to the suspension and consequent replacement of Iyorchia Ayu with Uman Damagun as the national chairman. However, the party's spokesman, Ologunagba, in a statement on Thursday, said the PDP National Working Committee met and extensively discussed recent developments in the party, adding that the National Working Committee recognized the imperativeness of a total reconciliation among party leaders and critical stakeholders for a more cohesive party in the overall interest of members and Nigerians in general. Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has tasked the incoming lawmakers to prioritize the progress and development of the state. The governor spoke at the presentation of return of certificates to the lawmakers by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Osrc's Zaid Aribisala reports that the 26 lawmakers elect were elected in the March 18 House of Assembly election. The report.
The headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Ondo State witnessed an unusual crowd as loyalists of political parties and well-wishers dressed in colorful attires gathered to show solidarity with the newly elected lawmakers in the state. The 26 elected lawmakers from the March 18 election, in line with constitutional provisions, are to receive certificate of return from the Commission. And this was carried out by the acting resident electoral commissioner, Oyekola Oyelami, who handed the certificate to the individuals.
We have enjoyed as many of you that have been given the opportunity by the electorates to represent their interests in the Ondo State House of Assembly to perform your roles.
Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu was represented by Special Advisor, Political and Legislative Matters, Jibayo Adeyeye, tasked the elected lawmakers to work collectively for the progress of the state.
The people of Ondo State expect you to serve them. We expect you to do your job. We expect you to work for the collective progress of our people.
Among the 26 recently elected lawmakers are 4 individuals, including current majority leader of the House, Oluwole Ogunmolasui, who were returned to serve for another 4 years.
For them to trust us again with their votes, it means a lot. And then I can assure them that I will never take this for granted.
For giving me this opportunity to serve them once again. I pray that God will continue to bless them.
Some of the new lawmakers, including 3 females who will be part of the 10th Assembly, pledged to provide quality representation to their people.
It is the first time a woman will be elected in my constituency, not even ordinary councillor. It has never happened before, so I feel so honored.
God for his wisdom, for his knowledge and understanding. I have no doubt we will succeed.
I would not for any reason take this mandate for granted. Leadership is about service, and I'm going to do my very best to render qualitative, sound service to the people of my constituency.
Put various parties together to make a synergy for development projects in Esodo.
Well-wishers and party faithful advise the lawmakers to work in harmony with other arms of government. The APC clinched 22 seats in the election, while the PDP had 4.
I advise them to work hand in hand with the executive to make sure that they lift Ondo State, the high value to governance in Ondo State this time.
The certificate of return for the 26 newly elected lawmakers in Ondo State is already in the bag, and keeping focused on quality representation to their people is also paramount. Of course, on the sidelines, the race for who becomes what in the 10th Assembly intensifies. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
The official partner of the Ondo State Government on Waste and Environmental Management, ZL Global Alliance, has sensitized residents of Akure Metropolis on proper waste disposal. The team went on the sensitization tour to major streets and markets in commemoration of the maiden edition of the International Day of Zero Waste across the globe. Joy Pius, who monitored the activity, now reports.
According to the United Nations, over 2 billion tons of municipal wastes are generated annually, with only 55% of it being disposed of in managed facilities. This worrisome trend prompted the UN to pronounce 30th of March every year as International Day of Zero Waste to address waste disposal across the world. The day provides an opportunity to raise awareness about the negative impacts of waste on the environment and to encourage people to adopt practices that minimize waste, reuse and recycle materials, and reduce the amount of waste generated. Commemorating the inaugural International Day is a major private sector participant in Ondo State, ZL Global Alliance, as its workers combed major streets and markets in Akure, the Ondo State capital, propagating the need for an environment devoid of waste. The Managing Director, ZL Global Alliance, Mrs. Abiola Basharun, represented by the Deputy Managing Director, Toby Benjamin, emphasized the need for a clean and safe environment, hence the reason for the exercise.
This is an initiative of the UN, but as ambassadors of waste management, which we are, and considering that we have our presence in major states around Nigeria and around the world, and that's why we are out in partnership with UN to ensure that we uphold this day, we celebrate this day, we preach the gospel that we're preaching right now. We are saying no to dumping of waste on media separators. We're saying no to indiscriminate dumping, which is something that is synonymous with most of our societies in Nigeria. And that's why UN has deemed it fit that we set out and discourage this idea.
To ensure the message is well understood by the residents, the team interacted with them in various languages, at the same time retrieving wastes. Residents commended the move, stating that it will assist in curbing the menace of improper waste disposal from the environment.
Step, better something, they okay, but I really appreciate that, because some people will say they never tell them before, they never know anything what they do. As for me now, myself, I go adjust. As
people are going here and there trying to sensitize people on that, it's good. It's good. At least people we have, it will stick in people's hearts that okay, let's try to do the right thing by helping people that are responsible for it, by helping them in doing that.
International Day of Zero Waste aims at promoting the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development by advancing Sustainable Development Goals 11 and 12, which aims at making cities and communities more sustainable, promote responsible consumption and production, empower individuals, communities, and organizations to take action towards creating a more sustainable and waste-free world. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Justice Obiora Egwatu of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has dismissed a suit by the leader of the Islamic movement of Nigeria, Sheikh Ibrahim Exazaki, and his wife, Zena, in which they sought to compel the National Immigration Service (NIS) to issue them international passports. Delivering judgment, Justice Egwatu held that the applicants did not provide sufficient evidence to show that their passports were either seized, destroyed, lost, or the relevant agency was unwilling to reissue them another one. Justice Egwatu held that from the position of the applicants, it was not shown that it was the Immigration Service who took their passports, but rather that the passports were destroyed or lost in 2015 when their residence was attacked by security operatives and subsequently dismissed the suit. El Zazaki and wife had in January 2022 filed the Fundamental Rights Reserved enforcement suit against the Immigration Service and its Controller General for alleged refusal to issue new international passports to them. And with that story, we conclude Developing Stories. Thanks so much for watching. Good morning.